This section will cover the TAPS conference call feature both from the client side and from the admin side. The conference call tile is only added if your TAP came equipped with it, or you purchased a customized TAP and have requested it to be on there. So after a client clicks on the conference call tile, whichever tile that may be, they will see one of two screens. This first screen is the screen they will see if the conference call is active, and that will be covered a little bit later. If the conference call is not active, they will not be able to join it, and they'll see the screen on the right. But if it is active, it is time for the call. All they simply do is click join call, after which they will receive a phone call from the number that is displayed, in this case 747. After they receive that call, all they have to do is answer, and the call will begin as soon as the admin of that conference call line gets on the phone. If a person doesn't want to access the conference call via the button, or they're not able to for whatever reason, they can dial into the number, and then they will enter the conference ID number, which in this case is 4, and then they will have to hit the pound sign. If they are not able to see what the conference ID number is, then you will have to give that out to them so that they can access it via that method. Now, for those administering conference calls, there are some rules that need to be taken into consideration. Standard conference call, we can have up to 40 connections on a single call of 40 people. We can do more, we can do a lot more, but it requires a minimum of 3 days notice. With that being said, though we can have more people on a conference call, it is not recommended. It will be far more expensive to do that many people on a conference call than it would be to do a web stream or publish a video out there. If you simply think about it, you're not going to want to have hundreds or thousands of people on a call. That's a lot of phone calls to mute. That's a lot of people trying to chime in all at the same time. So if you're going to have more than 40 people, we recommend using an alternative service such as a web stream or a webcam. And note that conference calls do cost, and they are charged at a rate of 1 token per minute per connection. Now, from your mobile dashboard, if you have a conference call line, you will have the additional tile that says conference call. This is where you'll have the ability to activate it and deactivate it and adjust some other settings. So here, this button that says conference disabled is where you can enable it or disable it. As it is now, the conference call is disabled. If I were to click on it, it would turn to green and be enabled. Below you have other options and even the welcome messages that you can set. So as stated, these buttons determine if the conference call is enabled or disabled. You can determine the style of the voice that welcomes your callers. It can be a male or a female. You have the ability to automatically mute all callers. You can turn on or off the beep that happens when a person joins the call. You can record the call if you so desire, and then you can also trim record. The trim record will cut out dead space between people talking. And then here you can determine what the welcome message is for you as the admin when you join your call. You can also determine what the message is for the guests when they join the call. And you can determine the music that they hear when they're on hold. It can be classical rock. There's 4 or 5 different selections in there. And then once you've made all your changes, make sure you hit save.